What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another War of the Visions video, and in today's video we got to cover the news, we got to cover the new unit Miranda if I'm going to be pulling for her, and one of the best equipment events to be farming as to date, and all that and more, so let's get into it. Alright guys, before we get into all the news, I want to bring up my newest Twitch schedule. I am making a different kind of schedule when it comes to Twitch and YouTube. You'll see a little bit less YouTube content, but more Twitch content. My goal is to make at least every week 4 videos for you guys. That is a mix of War of the Vision, 7 Deadly Sins, and FFBE. And then streaming wise, we have Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. You guys can catch me on my stream. And Thursdays are just for FFBE. So if you're huge FFBE fans and you want to watch that, that's the day I'll be taking care of that. On the other days, it is a mix of War of the Vision and 7 Deadly Sins, depending on what content there is. So I hope you guys enjoy that. But be ready for my YouTube content to come out a little bit slower because I'm trying to get better at editing and make it look better and maybe give you guys some new kind of content that will make you guys happy. But that's pretty much where I'm at with my Twitch stuff. Now talking about the actual news, 5 million downloads. You know, I don't know the exact amount of downloads, but it seems like we go up about a milli every couple of weeks when those events ends, which is awesome. I mean, it's always good stuff to get. We're getting 2,500 Visior for logging in. We're going to get a new shop, unit training supportive quest, which means just do it and get some free stuff, which is great. And you have to do that daily. It's always kind of fun to have a free daily thing where you get a lot of good you know, materials that we need for leveling up. Next up, we're going to talk about this equipment quest, and there's going to be 2. There's going to be equipment training quest where you guys can get the Sleep Blade or the Golden Axe, and there's also going to be one that is the Secret Book reward quest, which I think this is the best whenever they come around. One of the best things to be farming, period, if you already have you know, the recipes you need to make something. So when it comes to the equipment training quest for the Golden Axe or the Sleeping Blade, you really want the Golden Axe if you have Yerma, and Sleep Blade is going to be something you want on red mages or, you know, magic type users who want to use swords. So that's going to be where you go with that. But it's not only just for that. If you don't have either one of those two, you're not really looking for that, I would highly recommend farming this for the item I'm showing on screen right now. And I think it's called an Armentier. These Armentiers are used to make the golden armor in the game, which is going to be fantastic for your tanks against the slash attack meta that is coming out. The slash attack meta is strong with Orlandu, Ramza, Stern. I mean, we could go on and on. All the tanks, a lot of different slash attack units are out there for you guys to be worrying about getting hit by, and this armor is going to be great. Now, the armor does take away accuracy, takes away agility, it takes away evasion, but with this slash armor, you're putting on all that slash resist. It's going to be very, very strong for you, and that Armentier is like one of the hardest things to get a hold of because you either buy it in the shop for Visior and it shows up very little, or you have to buy it with your arena PvP points. In which case, you know, you'd rather be spending those elsewhere when you could just be farming in this event. So I would say farm a crap ton of them in this event for you guys to make some golden armor for your tank and then move on from there. If you don't want to run the golden armor and you don't really like losing all those stats, the mithril armor is great. You don't have to plus it up because that's going to be strike resist. Nobody cares about that right now in the meta, but it gives you a crap ton of evade for you to put on your tank, which would be fantastic if you want to go that route. But the slash resist and the defense and HP are really good on the golden armor. Moving on down, we're going to talk about the Secret Book reward quest. Again, I farmed this so much when it came out before. This time, it's going to be a little different. It's our first time being able to get our hands on accessory awakening books, and we know that we want to be going for making accessories good. And one of the best accessories, I'd say, once you start getting these books is going to be the Jeweled Ring. The Jeweled Ring you can buy in the shop for 1.2 million or 1.25 million, something like that. And it's going to give you a high evasion with some other good stats as well. It's going to be that evasion ring you want to put on to try to be dodging, and that's what I'm going to be building as I go through these accessory books. You're also going to be able to get armor books. Fantastic, guys. We need, even though we were farming them in the you know, the brutal trial we just had, in this version you're going to be able to get your hands on accessory, ninja blade, and armor books, along with the other fantastic you know, drop rates that they're going to have with that. This stuff is just great to farm, and one of the better things, easier to farm on auto. You can farm it on your own. I know it's going to cost you guys energy if you're not in multi, but that gives you JP, some experience for your entire team, and just overall, you know, very, very good farming. So it's something to look forward to, and then build up your jeweled rings with those accessory books, because again, you can only get them from events or paying your arena points, and those things dry up really quick when you're looking for hammers or sills or stuff like that. Moving up next is one of the toughest decisions I've had to make in the game yet, and it comes with my girl Miranda. Now, Miranda just has one of the best looks of the characters in the entire game to me. I love her design, her red mage cape. She just looks good. Like, she just has a great design, and she's an awesome unit. She's a red mage, time mage paladin. She's somewhat of a tanky damage dealer. She's more of a bruiser, magic damage dealer with her red mage and time mage backing her up. Paladin is not going to be a job you use too much on her. We're going to go in more depth on a banner review, and I promise I'm going to do one this time because I want to try some cool things out. With her this week, and it's going to really, you want to be a red mage, or a red mage time mage. I personally like the red mage time mage because she has the ability to put out that water damage. She's going to be the best water unit in the game because we don't really have very many water units. And then she can haste, and time mage, you guys know how haste, quick, all that stuff is just so good when it comes to units. The problem that people are going to run into with Miranda, because a lot of this game is PvP oriented, whether it be arena, PvP, or Guild Wars, she is water type, and she is going to take a beating from two of the most popular PvP strongest units in the game, Frederica and Orlando. And as Frederica kind of falls off with Lucia coming out in the next coming weeks, Orlando's here to stay forever, and she will take a beating. She is lightning. She's more prone to taking lightning damage. You can fix that through, espers or vision cards to give her more lightning resist, but at that point you're kind of sacrificing a bit to make sure she doesn't just get pelted by the Orlando everybody's going to have in your Guild War fight. So that's one of the reasons why I've decided I'm going to stay away from Miranda. It's that, she's going to be a little bit weaker to what the meta is right now. And the fact that, first off, I don't really have that much Vizior. I have 14k and I'm not done building Ayaka. And Lucia and Tetra Sylphid should be coming out in the next coming weeks. And Lucia is a double gunner. She has penetration, which makes her a tank killer. And she's just extremely powerful from range. She's like a bump up from Frederica. And I wanted the dueling waifu gunners. And sadly, they were too close together. Miranda has an amazing limit burst. Going to be a AoE, big damage, and then also can cast confusion on people, which is fantastic. If you can hit that status effect on your enemy, it's going to be fantastic, right? If you confuse an enemy and you can just beat on him in arena, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever been, status affected in Guild Wars, but once that happens, the fight's pretty much over. It's really tough. And then you also have her jamming thrust, which is her next best move. It's similar to Shuriken or Shimmering Blade, but this is going to be based on the magic stat. And it's going to do some really great damage, and it's water-based, which is going to be fantastic. Next up on the banner, we have Durando, however you say it. Viking Monk Gunner. Honestly, this guy isn't, like, super strong or anything like that, but as an Earth Viking Monk Gunner, he is going to be useful in the future. He is actually pretty good when it comes to dealing damage when we need to use like all earth units, or we need to use earth units to be resist to lightning in the tower, etc. You kind of want to have this guy slowly building up in the background because he does bring some you got to put respect on his name for when you really need to use him, because he's good for that. So kind of like a lot of the MR units. Next up we have Lamia Queen, and with Lamia Queen, she is not the best Esper in the world, sadly. Her vision card is fire attack up and then boost Ice Eater. That could be useful in some scenarios with the Ice Eater and the fire attack up. If you think of fire attack up / attack up, these things are great in comparison to attack percent up. They just do that much more damage. I know a lot of people have been asking that, like / attack, fire attack up, these kind of straight up multiplier increases are fantastic. So that does do a lot of damage, considering the Frederica's Dream card. Remember that? That was really good for Frederica because it gave you both. But in this case, not the best in the world. We don't really have any of the better fire units. I mean, when Rain comes out, that might, you may consider that, but I'd rather build them a little bit tanky. And then speaking of the actual Esper, I'm going to pull up an image here showing you guys what kind of stuff this Esper gets. Gets the whole hit attack up, gets critical evasion, gets accuracy, attack up, ice killer, and dead killer, and then can get hit resist if you would like. So essentially, this is going to be the best in slot Esper if there's a monk type unit, a hit type unit out there that you guys want to get your hands on. But other than that, going to kind of fall to the wayside, and you're not going to be using them that much. And there's not really that many good monks yet, so not the best Esper to be chasing after. Moving on down, we have another one called Snow White Guard, and people are telling me they want to use this on Whisper. Because if you look at the bestowed effect, / attack up, missile resist up, and max HP down. The problem I have with this is while putting up your resistances is awesome, lowering your HP is always a scary thing. Whisper doesn't even have that much HP to begin with. Lowering that even more scares me because there are abilities out there that just bypass resist anyway. So like they just don't have it's not a slash attack, it's not a magic attack, it's not a missile attack, it's just an attack. They do exist. If you would get hit by that with your HP being so low, you're dead. If you would get hit by something where your resist arm's up and your HP's down, you're dead. It just scares the crap out of me. You guys can mess with it. Live your best life. Critical boost up is okay for a party ability, but there are a lot of vision cards out there that are great. You're really just going to have to experiment with this. Honestly, Sasayaki, I think is how you say it. She is just a scary unit for me that I stay away from because she is really high risk for good reward, but you have to build her up with those resistances, and it's not something that I want to deal with. I'll stick with my Dinkelberg. Thank you very much. And lastly, we're going to talk about the May Final Fantasy Portal app campaign. It's back. They've added a new 1.25 million point milestone, and as you can see, we're just going to be getting rare summon ticket ×5 if we reach that, which is great because I do love summoning in the game and having a good time. But again, guys, as far as the question of the title, will I be summoning for Miranda? The answer is sadly no. I do not have the resources right now to build her up. I mean, I have the water resources, but I don't have the Visior to get all of her shards. And then also do Lucia, which Lucia and Tetrasylphid should be coming in the next couple of weeks. I wouldn't put it more past that. And that's more of a unit I want to go for. But Miranda is a fantastic unit, PvE-wise, and she could be good PvP if she stays away from those lightning units. So, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. If you guys go check me out on Twitch, follow me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt. I'm trying to give you guys more streaming content, some highlights, some better YouTube content. Let me know about the edits, too. I did a little bit more different editing, trying to do my best here for you guys to increase. And, subscribe to me here on YouTube, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.